what should you know before you buy a house here? You definitely want to look at your budget. You want to look at where you want to be located and the type of home that you need. You may want to get a one-story property. You might be looking at a townhouse or a condo. You have those options to utilize your VA loan as well. So you want to consider all those different things. Condos and townhomes are going to be a lot more affordable than just a traditional single family, but the offset of that is they usually have higher HOA fees for the home association. So you have to consider that when you're looking at properties as well. Thank you guys for coming. I wanted to talk to you a little bit more my name's Kayvon Jones. I want to talk to you more about the real estate side of it, right? So she talked to you regarding the loan side of it. Wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the real estate side and kind of what veterans need to know when looking to purchase a home, okay? So Las Vegas is a pretty booming market, right? We just celebrated the Super Bowl here. We have a lot more sports teams coming to town. A lot of people from California and the East Coast coming here. So if you're looking to purchase a home, Las Vegas is a wonderful place, right? Because it's a lot more affordable than, a lot of the neighboring cities in California. So it's a very booming market. So the median house price, so that's going to change based on the market. So when I printed this, it was $425, and I wanted to leave that there just to show you how it changes, right? Because the last time I literally did the presentation in this room, it was $425. Now it's up a little bit above $450. So when we're talking about the median home price, that means if you're looking to buy your average newer build, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom property is going to roughly run you about $450,000. That does not mean there's not homes that are more affordable. So if you're going out to certain zip codes in Las Vegas, and then especially Henderson or North Las Vegas, or even Pahrump area, there's going to be properties that are very nice that are going to be a lot more affordable than that. So it just really just depends on what you're looking for in terms of your housing and that sort of thing. So as far as homes on the market, again, that changes as well. It's probably roughly about 5,500 homes on the market currently, and we're actually selling even less homes now than I printed here. Last month, it was roughly about 1,500 homes that sold on the market, okay? So the market is, we are seeing an increase in inventory and kind of a decline in that inventory closing and people buying homes. The reason being is some of the things we just named, right? We have interest rates going up, which is making it more difficult to afford the homes because even though the interest rates are going up and if the home buying is becoming more expensive, you still don't have sellers going down on the pricing, right? Sellers are staying firm on that, and pricing has actually went up over the past 12 months about 5 to 8%, just depending on your zip code. And that's another thing to know about Las Vegas. You can read a lot of stuff online. You can see different things on the news. They're talking very generically about the housing market. If you're looking at CNN or Fox News, they're talking about the national housing market, right? And even if you're looking at the local news, they're talking about here locally, but that doesn't mean what they're talking about relates to your actual zip code. So you always want to talk to an independent professional yourself because what they're saying about the market may not apply to your exact situation and set of circumstances when it comes to buying a home, especially because, you guys are able to utilize that VA loan, and buying a home is part of the American dream, and it's a wealth building tool. As we just kind of talked about here, you're able to buy a multifamily home up to 4 units and live in 1 unit and rent the other units out. And you can purchase a home with your VA loan, live in that for a year, and then make that into an investment property and continue to build wealth. And as Rachel named here, you don't have to have any down payment with that VA loan. So you can really get into investing in real estate from a very affordable standpoint with that, okay? So what should you know before you buy a house here? You definitely want to look at your budget. You want to look at where you want to be located and the type of home that you need. You may want to get a 1-story property, right? And you may not be looking at a single family home and pertains to just a traditional house, you might be looking at a townhouse or a condo. You have those options to utilize your VA loan as well. So you want to consider all those different things. Condos and townhomes are going to be a lot more affordable than just a traditional single family, but the offset of that is they usually have higher HOA fees for the home association. So you kind of got a balance between that. So if you're looking for a regular home, single family here in Las Vegas, homeowners association is anywhere between about $75 and $150, but most of the townhomes and the condos may start at $150 and can go all the way up to $300, and even if you're in like Lake Las Vegas or somewhere like that, it's as much as like $1,500 a month. So you have to consider that when you're looking at properties as well. Okay, so now if you're looking to sell a home, you definitely want to hire a knowledgeable real estate agent, right? So right now we're pretty much off of West Russell Road, okay? So now West Russell and East Russell is two different places, right? So if you have somebody that's not really familiar with Las Vegas and they're saying like, oh yeah, the house is on Russell Road, if they're thinking about East Russell, that's way different advice they're going to give you based on a home on West Russell Road, right? Way newer area, different things like that. The other Russell, you'll be over there by Boulder Highway, which is not the worst area, but a different area, right? So you have to know that. And if you're not dealing with a knowledgeable real estate agent and they're just kind of talking and they work somewhere else outside of Vegas, they won't know the difference between West and East Russell. So you got to definitely make sure you hire somebody knowledgeable. And you also want to consider all financing options for the buyer if you're selling your home. Like we kind of mentioned here, you can actually sell your home and you can actually transfer that VA loan to that home buyer, okay? So what that means is that, let's say you have a lower interest rate and you didn't have a problem with your entitlement still being utilized by that other person, you could go ahead and transfer that interest rate to them if they're a non-veteran, and your entitlement would still be tied up. Or if they are a veteran or a spouse of a veteran, you could actually sell them that house and they can get qualified for that property and it will no longer use your entitlement. So that's a huge advantage right now that you can have, being able to have somebody assume your loan, okay? So that's going to be very good there. And as far as preparing your home for sale, make sure that you look at doing all the adequate repairs. Make sure you get a home appraisal. I cannot really stress that a lot. You like looking, a lot of people are thinking like, well, I'm selling the house. Why am I getting it appraised? Doesn't the buyer have to do that? But don't you want to know what that house is worth before you put it on the market? It's very easy for your real estate professional to get that home appraised. So they're not just guessing. Guys not just guessing a price to sell the home. You know, because if you got the home appraised and it appraised for $400,000, when that buyer gets the home appraised, it's going to appraise for about $400,000. Makes it very, very easy, right? And if you wanted to sell it for $500,000, now you know they have to come up with an extra $100,000 in cash. So you already know how to negotiate that. You're not wasting time. Also, home inspection. You want to make sure you know what's wrong with the property and someone else is not coming into your house, getting it in escrow, and then telling you, hey, well, do you know you might have termites or you might have this going on and those different things. Get your own home inspection before you put it on the market. It's going to save a lot of back and forth and a lot of future headaches if some different things are wrong with that property, and you could address those things before you actually put the home on the market. Okay, so in conclusion here, you want to make sure you pick a great real estate professional. You want to define what your dream experience is. So when you're talking to your real estate professional, when you're talking to your lender and your whole real estate team, let them know what you're looking for. You may be looking for an investment property and you're not concerned what the house looks like. You're just concerned about how much money a month I can get on this or what's the future value of that property. Or you might be looking for your dream home to live in. So you might be very particular about the countertops. You know, one of my things is that I don't want to share a closet with my wife, right? So I always want my house, my primary bedroom to have two different closets, right? So if I was working with a real estate professional, I'm not trying to see a house if the master bedroom doesn't have two closets. That's just a weird thing that I'm into, but it works for me. But you have to define what are your deal breakers on that transaction and what you're looking to do and not do. So definitely clearly communicate your goals, right? And then always ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. You want to always clarify that, especially with the VA loan, because there's so many different nuances and details. So definitely clarify everything and then be adaptable. Okay, so you might have a friend or family member that sold a property last year or 15 years ago, and they're trying to give you dated advice, right? So you have to adapt to the current market and the current circumstances and allow your real estate professional and your team to educate you on how to adapt and what's going on in that current market, okay? Also, stay organized and keep all important documents. So just like Kenneth was telling you earlier regarding when you go into medical and different things like that, you need to get a copy of all of those things. Keep a copy of everything that you sign as part of your real estate transaction because you want to make sure you keep up with all those documents as well. Maintain a positive attitude. It can be very stressful going through escrow, whether you're buying or selling a property. So definitely try to maintain a positive attitude. And then also, once you close on that property, make sure you celebrate your success, right? It's a huge accomplishment to own a home. Some of you, it sounds like it's going to be owning multiple properties, right? That's a huge feat. So you definitely want to celebrate that, and you want to kind of maintain and be proud of what you're doing and proud of the foundation that you're actually setting for your family, being able to pass down that generational wealth, okay?